Gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, gonna try to do something a little different here. Did a few articles in the past, but you know what? Gonna try taking a video, see how this works out. If it doesn't, I'll delete my account, no big deal. But the idea, and I'll walk you through everything here, was watching CMC and his ADP rise, and I'm like, as someone who had about 15% exposure to CMC in best ball last year, I'm like, why? I know he was injured last year, don't get me wrong. Still hate Kyle Shanahan for lying to me about the injury report, but when he came back, he didn't even look good. That was sticking out in my head. So I'm like, all right, maybe my memory's going. I'm getting old here. Let's check out the box score. I go to Fantasy Pros, 13 carries, 39 yards. Okay. Long of 13 yards. Next game, 19 carries, 79 yards, long of 11. He's catching balls. That's what he does. Those two games, Trent Williams was in. The next two, he was out. 11 carries, 31 yards, 7 carries, 53 yards. That's the one he pulled up limp, and he left that game, ended his season there too. So half PPR rank, finished 11, 16, 31, and 34. I'm like, okay, my memory isn't that bad. Those aren't great numbers. So I'm going to go through a little bit here too. Draft class was 2017 with the likes of Leonard Fournette, Dalvin Cook, Joe Mixon, Kamara, Kareem Hunt. They're still kicking, James Conner, but you know he's getting up there. He's getting up there in age. Turned 29 today. Happy birthday. I'm dragging you on your birthday. You're welcome. You know what? The great ones use that as motivation. But you know what? He had a lot of injuries. And I'm looking back here. I have some notes on my phone I'm taking here too, but whew, he had 10 injuries so far in his career. Shall we? Start 2016. All right, college, whatever, missed a game. High ankle sprain, missed 6 games. Shoulder, missed 4 games. Thigh glute, you pull your butt that hard, you miss 4 games, boy. Hamstring, ankle sprain, chest injury, leg, calf strain. Achilles was the big one last year. Remember that? And then again, he pulled up limp. So 29 years old, plenty of injuries to be accounted for. But he's still that dude, right? He still goes off. He could take it to the house any given day. Except when that O-line's struggling. So let me go to the next thing. Trent Williams, I know he was in and out of the lineup last year. Overall, they didn't look the same without CMC. I know they kind of forced them back. They were 4-4. Heading into the bye week. They're like, you know what? Let's get our guy back out there and see what we could do, make a playoff run. And he didn't have it. The O-line, this was a report from Player Profile. And I went through about several websites, and O-line's not my strong suit. So I like to read Brandon Thorne and these other guys and see what they say about it. I don't take PFF grades to heart with everything, but I mean, like they said, they hit a home run with Dominic Puny. But overall, it's middle of the pack. Nothing too crazy. And if Trent Williams, who's going to be 38 when the season start, goes down, that's gonna hurt him a little bit. And you'd think like they would turn to the draft to grab one of these guys maybe earlier, but they had 11 picks and they used a seventh round 33 overall pick in the seventh round on a guard from Iowa. So they weren't really concerned either, which is kind of like, okay, is that Chip Shanahan's cockiness? Like, I could do whatever. I'm the fucking QB whisperer. Sorry for swearing. And then, you know what? Let's before we break it down in the video, let's go to PFF here. And I just went back. I made my own Excel sheet and like just to see how everything looked. So, all right, numbers are numbers. They don't tell the whole story, but I like to kind of zoom out and see all the pieces of the puzzle and put together in my head. And Here's some notes here. So he had 5 missed tackles on 50 carries, which is 10%. That's the lowest of his career. Compared to 2023, he had 22% missed tackles forced. 22% compared to 10%. That's a huge drop off. His career average was 16.98%, still 6% lower than his average. So that's not great. Yards after contact, 2.7 this past season compared to 3.35, which is a huge drop off as well. I mean, again, take the grades for what it is, but it's not great there. And then here's what stuck out to me as well. He had the 10 plus runs. He had 6 of them on 50 attempts at 12%. Again, compared to last year, that's down 25%, 16% to 12%. If you're doing the math at home. So you know what? It could have been he was still injured a little bit and he's kind of forcing it to play. I mean, he's a gamer, there's no doubt about it. But here's a couple clips I wanted to pull up and bear with me while I scroll through some of them. But here's his first game back, third quarter, and I'll show you the sideline, or sorry, the end zone camera, because it's not as clear there. But I feel like last year he's making this guy miss. He gets, oh my gosh. I mean, I checked it, the D tackle, his PFF grade is 55. So try to pause it here. He has a wall. This guy is making the tackle. There's a slight gap there, but I still think he's not going to get reached. He's making that tackle. And the old CMC puts his foot in the ground, goes here, and scoot. I feel like, oh, he does not have the juice there. All right, so let me go to another play I just pulled up. Quarter one, minute 6. Here's another one where it shows the lack of anything special. You know what? Got some. I mean, so the first 2 clips, we're trying to run some outside zone here, and this O line cannot hang with the D line right now. They're getting bullied. Trent Williams is in, but they're getting blown up. And again, he does his best to make a cut, but I feel like he just is missing a little something. Just now, let me go to some good ones before he got injured in the Buffalo game. Quarter one, minute 10, 27. Third carry of the game for Buffalo territory. And the Bills defense, run defense, was not the best. But that's a little more juice. Granted, I can run through that hole. And maybe, oh my gosh, what are you doing? Come flat down the line. You're making that tackle. But that's CMC running with some, yeah, it sucks he gets hurt. But he's running with some force there. That's fucking what we need to see next year. 12:58, second period. Called it appearance quarter. Troll me, baby. Another split. So it's wide open. And I mean, this is fine. This is fine. He gets skinny running through a hole, but my God, dude, I feel like the old CMC breaks that and scores. It's a fucking one-armed tackle on his. Where'd he go? Germany for Achilles implants or whatever? Bro, those must sting. And I think 2 plays later he gets hurt. But let me go to one more play. just to show you what we miss here. There it is. Here is prime CMC versus Steelers 2023. Whoop, whoop. All right, he's gonna get tackled though. Like he doesn't have the angle. Whoop. He's gonna get caught from behind. Whoop. Nope. Man, that just looks different. It just looks different. First off, the O-line's getting pushed, putting bodies on the ground. Ayuk. Skirt. That's fucking awesome. God, I love it. And just running him over into the end zone. So, in conclusion, I'm still taking CMC, but God, it hurts me to see him not the same. And I'm the guy who Bucky Irving last year had about 25 to 30% exposure. I also faded Derrick Henry and Saquon Barkley, and I had about $3 worth. That's less than 0.00005%. So I'm not going to fade CMC. I'm just cautious because I don't trust Shanahan. I don't trust these aging backs. But he's always capable of catching 10 passes, getting 225 yards, scoring 4 touchdowns. So Shanahan can prove a point. Follow me for more information.